Hi, I'm the Crypto Lifer. Welcome to my channel. If you came to my channel and you like the vibe that I provide, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. I absolutely love reading the comments. Today I want to talk about the 5 reasons I will never sell my Bitcoin for any reason. That's right, never. I will hold it until I actually exchange it for maybe gold, property, or something that I think will have sustainable value. Until that time period, I will not sell not one Satoshi. Let me explain to you what goes on with the monetary system. Right now, they are printing bonds at the government. They're exchanging those bonds at the open market system to big banks. Big banks are fighting in an auction to buy our debt. One of those banks wins the auction and buys the debt. They print money and send it over as digits to the US Treasury. No money is really exchanged, just a bunch of digits in a ledger sent over to the government, US Treasury. Now what happens to that bond? It's funny also, the word bond comes from bondage. Isn't that strange? We used to put slaves in bondage. Interesting. Are we in monetary slavery? You may want to think about that. Now, where does the bond go? The bond gets sold to the Federal Reserve. How? It gets sold to the Federal Reserve, who has a zero balance. They don't have money. The Federal Reserve is not a bank. They print money. So they actually commit fraud immediately. If me and you wrote a check with a zero balance, that would be fraud. But the Federal Reserve does it every day. They buy bonds from banks that have won them at the open market system. So these banks then sell the bond that they bought from the US Treasury at a profit to the Federal Reserve. Magically, money is created out of thin air. That's right. Not only are digits sent to the US Treasury, but this bond is now sold at a profit. How? Where? Why? Honestly, that's the issue here. The money is being created out of thin air, behind your back. Every time a large bank does a transaction with the Federal Reserve in this manner, they are creating more dollars in circulation. They are lowering your purchasing power, but you don't even know it. That's the first reason I will never sell my Bitcoin, because I know the creator of Bitcoin knew what I know, and he created this system of interoperable proof of work to keep the big banks away from stealing our value. I'm telling you right now, so important that you understand why you're buying Bitcoin. You're not just buying Bitcoin. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not just, hey, yeah, this is the coolest new thing. No. I understand the monetary system, and I'm putting the value that I worked really hard for into something that is sustainable, into money. You can't call the US dollar money. There's a difference between money and currency, okay? Money has to hold its value for a long period of time. The US dollar does not do that. In the last 100 years, the US dollar has roughly lost 97% of its purchasing power. Let me give you a little story. Say you were little Johnny in 1910 and you wanted $25 and your grandfather handed you 25 US dollars. You could have done a lot with 25 US dollars back in 1910. You could have bought a nice fancy suit. You could have went out to dinner. You could have done and probably still had money left over. Imagine that. Now, what if your grandfather at the time in 1910 handed you $25 worth of gold at the time, which I think was like probably an ounce or more back then. So you'd be sitting on about an ounce of gold. Awesome. Now, let's fast forward to 100 years in the future, 2003, even now, 120 years, all the way to where we are today. Now, if you were holding that $25 that your grandfather gave you, or great-grandfather, I guess at this point, you'd be a time traveler anyway, so forgive you. But if you were holding that $25, right, what would it be worth right now? Probably, you would not be able to get a fancy meal at a high-end restaurant. You would not be able to buy a really nice suit. I'll tell you that right now. But had you held the same amount of gold that you were given back then, you'd have damn near $1,900 right now. You could buy a nice suit, depending on how high-end, but a pretty nice suit. $500 to $1,000 suit, and you could probably go on 3 to 4 high-end dinners of $200 a piece. So, yes, gold has held its purchasing power. Gold can be called money. For a long time, it has held the value that you put into it. Money, currency does not do the same thing, and that's why the US dollar is a currency. It is not money. It's very important you understand the difference between money and currency. Once you understand the separation between the two, you begin to understand why I buy so much Bitcoin. So the second reason why I will never sell my Bitcoin is because I like having a piece of the supply. What do you mean? Well, 21 million Bitcoin. If I buy one Bitcoin, I have 1/21 millionth of the total supply. Amazing. 10 years from now, I will have 1 21 millionth of the total supply. 100 years from now, it'll never change. The amount that I have of the total supply will never change. It'll always be the same. That's not the case with the US dollar. If there was 100 US dollars in circulation and I had one of them, I would have 1/100th of the total value in circulation. But if they were to print $200, I would only have 1/200, and 300, and 400, and 500, and 600. That's what they're doing. They're printing you out of your portion of the pie. Eventually, you'll have such a little portion of the pie, you'll have no value at all. That's what is happening right now to the monetary system. You need to understand this is why I purchase Bitcoin all the time. I've been super excited about this last dip. I've been taking advantage to get Bitcoin in the 30,000 region as much as possible. If it dips down below 30,000 and it goes to 25K, 28K, I tell you right now, I will be buying as much Bitcoin as I can. What a great opportunity that I did not think we were going to have. So blessings on blessings, okay? Thank you to the market manipulators for sending the price down into the sweet spot for a guy like me who can only afford to buy Bitcoin on these massive dips. Peace. Appreciate it. The third reason I will never give up my Bitcoin is because I believe it's a revolution. Crypto is a revolution. One of my favorite channels is Crypto Revolution. Shout out to Chris. Love you, man. The idea behind this is we all want privacy. Why does everyone have to know every single thing that I buy at any given moment? These credit card companies are keeping mass amounts of data on us and they're selling it to the highest bidder. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the banks asking for all my information. I'm sick of having to tell everyone everything that I do in order to be part of the monetary system. Even the word mortgage, think about it. They want you to get a mortgage. It comes from the word mortuary. It's a death sentence. Bondage, mortgage. They're using words to keep you enslaved. I don't want to be enslaved anymore. I want to be free. Enough is enough. This is a crypto revolution. Mark my words, I may run for president one day. With a name like Sam Price, I think we could win. So that's my third real reason. This is a revolution. They will never rip the Bitcoin out of my cold dead hands. I'll tell you that right now. Do I look like a guy that's gonna give up his Bitcoin? Come take it from me. The fourth reason why I will never sell my Bitcoin is the travel restrictions. You can't even have $10,000 of cash on you without having to claim it, without having to say that you have it on you. But I can have a Trezor with $1 million on it, and I can skate through airports and go across territory boundaries and you name it. I can have my money with me at all times. I love it. I like walking around sometimes with all my crypto in my pocket. That's cool, right? I can walk around with my entire net worth on me at any given moment. If I travel, if I go somewhere, if I feel uncomfortable, if something ever happens, I can go to the bank, go to the safety deposit box, get out my hardware wallets, and then I can bring them anywhere I want and truly be the owner of my own bank. Hold my own bank in my own hands. Becoming your own bank. I mean, that's what it is. Stop giving the responsibility to the banks. Stop letting the banks hold your money so they can do whatever they want with it. It's not the case. That's not what's supposed to be happening. It doesn't work for me. That's not the world I want to live in. I want to be free. I want my own decisions to put my money where I want. I want my money to go wherever I want it to go. And I want my money to never be restricted. And that's why I am sticking with Bitcoin till the day I die. That's it. The last reason why I would never sell my Bitcoin is I want to be a part of something that helps unbank the rest of the world. So they say there's 9 billion people in the world now, and 3 billion, 4 billion of those people the banks want nothing to do with. They're leaving them quote unquote unbanked because they can't read or they can't write or they can't fill out a form or they can't be part of the banking system. The banking system wants nothing to do with them. But these people are impoverished. These people need to be brought into the new world economy. These people could benefit from being part of the new world economy. They need access to the global resources that all of us have in developing countries. Cryptocurrency will do that. Cardano is on the forefront of doing that. That's what Cardano's been doing really all this time where everyone's talking about, oh, that chain hasn't done anything. Look at all this stuff. Fine, some chains have created farms and yield farming and stuff like that. Quick returns. Cardano is creating a long-term, sustainable energy force for the entire world. I'm telling you right now, Charles has it in his head to see 100 years in advance. We need people like that. We need future projectors, people who can project into the future to see where the human race is going and use their intelligence and their skills to help us move forward wherever the human race needs to go. So I want to help the unbanked become unbanked. I want to show people that Bitcoin really makes you sovereign. You know, we have all these lines and all these territories and all these different countries you can be a part of, but Bitcoin transcends all that. And I really want to help the unbanked become banked. I want to see people in third world countries. I want to see people just grab a phone and be able to buy and sell whatever they want, whenever they want, in any territory they want. Enough is enough that we've lived under government tyranny for too long. It's time we choose our own destiny. It's time we choose Bitcoin. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.